I'm Bethlehem Tekel. I'm in 9th grade and I go to Manassas Park High School. So something that happened to me like this year, like I had my hair like out without braids, like just like out, and I was sitting at lunch, and then someone like started like flicking corn into the back of my head. A lot of the stories like have to do with my hair, and especially when they're like out, when my hair is out. Cause I remember one time my friend asked me, I don't know, friend, I guess asked me if my hair was real. A lot of like unsolicited like touching of my hair. That's a thing. Oh, I did nothing. I was kind of embarrassed, so I just, like did nothing. Yeah. Like it just makes me feel embarrassed because I'm like really afraid of confrontation, and like I don't want to say like stop doing that because I don't want to like seem rude. But like I just laugh it off. I don't know. I don't want like to be rude and like I don't want them to think I'm rude. So I just kind of like laugh it off.
My name is Sarah Marta. I'm a sophomore at Washington Liberty High School. So it was 2016. I was in the 4th grade, and it was just a regular day at lunch. I was sitting with my friends, and there was this one girl who says, "I don't think I can trust you anymore." And I was like, "I don't know what you mean. Like, what did I do?" And she says, "I know what your people are like. I listen to Trump. I know, and he's warned me about your people." And I was like, "I really don't know what you're saying." She's like, "Stop pretending. Like, for all I know, you could have a bomb in your locker." As a kid, you don't really know how to process it, especially but you're not really taught how to deal with racism or the like whole concept of racism. So as a kid, you just, whatever you hear, whatever you get from other people, I internalized it, I was like, I had to think about it for a while, and then when I realized like they're saying this because of my race, that's when I was kind of ashamed of showing my race. I think if there was like a conversation like these are different political views, not every political view has, like, they're not both stating facts. Like, both sides have opinions and they're subjective, so you can't just be saying whatever you hear to kids. Like, I feel like we should have that conversation with kids. It's not a taboo subject to teach them the effects of politics. You don't have to take like a stance, but it's not like it should be talked about. I feel like the impacts.
Hi, I'm Rahana. I'm a senior at Washington Liberty High School. Last year I was talking about this like summer program I got into like through college, and I was very excited about it because honestly like there was like a process and it was very selective, and this girl just looked at me and she was just like, "Well, are you surprised?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then she was just like, "Well, like you're the like base of diversity." And I was just like, "Oh." She's just like, "Oh, you're so lucky. Like, you're Muslim, you're black, you have everything." And then like I was just very confused, and I didn't really understand the concept of like affirmative action. I like started looking at everything through that, and like I was like, everything I get into because I'm like this face of diversity. My whole like academic career was like put into this just like box of just like you didn't really earn anything you got. It was just your diversity. Well, I think especially out of like the Youth Research Council, like I hear so many stories, and like the second I bring up like affirmative action, everyone is just like, oh, they all have a story to share, or they all have like someone who told them like similar things. So I think like especially with this group of people, like everyone here is so smart, everyone here is so talented, and like it's like everyone here just deserves like everything they have. And I think like being here like really showed me like how much it's not just affirmative action. It's like these people are like genuinely smart, and like just it showed me like how much more we are than just the label they put on us.
My name is Manuela Kidjo. I am in 11th grade and I go to Osborne Park High School. I think the most eye-opening part, or my favorite part about this experience, is that heading into this, I didn't really think I faced that much discrimination in my life, and I thought I was kind of lucky for that. However, being around such like-minded people and being able to see all the data that we've collected, I realized how microaggressions and discrimination is kind of like integrated in our lives, and it kind of like made things more apparent to me in times that I have faced discrimination. And I think although it was kind of disheartening in the beginning, it was kind of like fascinating, and I'm happy that I'm able to make those things more prevalent and apparent to others like me, and that we can move forward to make change in high schools so that this experience isn't as popular for high schoolers like me. I think how people regarded me and my intelligence, and also like my body because of my race, I think that became more apparent to why that happened, and like the subtleties of it through this experience, and how that's not an anomaly, and it's often a common experience for Black women. These things do happen, and even if they sound small, they can have bigger impacts than we think. So just to really take them seriously before they become something bigger in the future, because no matter how small a comment may be, it can have larger impacts that really change people up. I think in the beginning, or even before this experience, I responded in like ignorance, or trying to like push it off to the side, think that like, oh, it's okay, it's just like a little comment. But I think after this, I think it's become more important to me and more apparent to me that I need to, instead of just like pushing off to the side, to really resist it actively by trying to call it out for what it is, which is like microaggressions and discrimination, rather than just put it aside and give people benefit of the doubt. But I hope you enjoyed the research.